In 1914, John Ruttall, the local grazier who used to put his sheep on this area and his cattle, told some of his mates who had just bought cars in Kalgoorlie that there was a place where they could drive their cars flat out. Come out to this place, come out for a picnic, you won't believe it. And then motorsport inevitably happens when you have rev heads sitting around. And Lake Perkolilli was created. A company formed with shareholders. They bought a grandstand out here, and by the end of the 20s they were getting 10 or 15,000 people coming out here to watch the motor racing.
I'd like to also acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we stand and recognise the continuing connection to the land, water and community. Drivers, please listen to and do as any official says. They are volunteers. None of us get paid for this. And remember, without them, you cannot be out there enjoying yourselves on the track. I'd like to thank all of you who have volunteered to help out during the 4 days of this special reenactment, as such an iconic event would not happen.
We are just 5 enthusiastic people putting this together. Kathy Cox, Lynn and Ross Oxwell, Greg Eastwood and me. So without the city of Kalgoorlie-Boulder, this won't have happened, and I thank the Mayor, John Bowler, who's here with us today, for coming out and flagging off the first official event here.
I grew up on my father's knee, hearing stories about Lake Perkolilli and the daring, dashing young men in their flying machines, and I never thought I'd see this day. To you and your fabulous 5, congratulations. What we've put in doesn't go anywhere close to what you've done to make this event what it is. The competitors, the spectators and the organisers, thank you for making it a reality. Well done.
The amazing thing about Lake Perkolilli is that it's a natural claypan with gypsum in the red dirt, which goes hard and doesn't rut. The dust just comes off it and you get another layer of perfectly flat dirt. This track is exactly as they raced it in 1914.
This car here actually raced at the original Perkolilli races. And so isn't it fantastic that it's back again on the scene here at Lake Perkolilli, and there's of course Rolls Royces, there's cars from all around the world here, and but this is an original, a Lagonda. That's quite special.
All of these people have just come out to see our idea of having fun with old cars with a bit of history.
took 2.5 hours or so to fly from Kojonup. I teach people to fly ultralights, recreational aviation Australia. He's into bikes and cars and I'm into bikes, cars and planes. We might look silly, but you know, we're onto it.
I bring up a workshop from Perth and act as a repair workshop for these cars. You've got to remember that some of these cars are more than 100 years old.
Right, the fuel pump and the line's just in here.
Well, let's just get in here and have a look. And plenty of fuel there, so I would assume it's an electrical problem. We'll check the ignition and I think we'll find the problem. We call it the Brotherhood.
Right on, cheers Mick. Thanks for that,
all right, get out there and give it a go. And we're more than happy to help the Brotherhood. When this was running, before the Second World War, people would drive their own car from Perth up to here. 4 or 5 days to get here, camp on the side of the road, race for 4 days or 5 days, then drive home another 5 days. The effort that these people put in that era was phenomenal.
This is the Vauxhall Motor 138, 14 horsepower. It hadn't been started for 9-10 years. The exciting part about it was hooking up a battery, a can of petrol up here on the top, and spraying start your bastard down the carvey, and off she went. 17 guys come up from the Rich River Rod and Custom Club down in Echuca, and one guy came over from New Zealand. And we made the run depression awareness run, and getting people to come up and talk to us and tell us their worries.
So I've been building this car for about 8 years now, on and off. Graham told me about this event about 5 years ago, so I decided to come along even without a car and just borrowed one of his and came, and it was just amazing. It's just good fun, good genuine fun. Getting dirty, just everyone helping each other out.
It's a 1926 3-litre Bentley, 4 cylinders, overhead camshaft, 4 valves per cylinder, twin carburettors. Yeah, it's a great car, I enjoy it. The Bentley originally belonged to a very good mate of mine who passed away, and he left it to me in his will, and had he still been alive he would have been out here doing this event too, so it's sort of partly in memory of him that I brought it here.
Started off as a total load of junk. Never actually was one particular car, it was just a collection of parts. It was a rush job from about 6 months from start to finish. Driving, well, it's challenging, but it's just good fun. In our group of 6, I'm the fastest car, so they start me last. I've got to catch them all up. And so I've got the dust of 5 cars in front of me, and you just try and hunt for a little way through the dust so you can see the next car. Grippy in a way that you can hammer around those corners, that the car slides but it's predictable. You're just doing a power slide and it's just good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going good and we're enjoying it. Good fun.
We're a long time dead.
We're here to represent statewide oil distributors and mobile lubricants. We really want to get back into motorsport, so we thought it was a great opportunity to really showcase our brand in the goldfields. Very happy to be here.
This is our specialty, basically. The vehicles and motorcycles that are here are pretty much what started us off as a company. So yeah, no, it's great. It's a great event, and it's just great to see everyone just having a ball, and even when things go wrong, they're actually pretty happy about it anyway. This is the first time Shannon's has actually come up to Kalgoorlie for the event. Quite happy to come back again. Yeah, it's a fantastic event.
Mate, it's good. It's a good day, nice weather, and all these old cars getting around. You don't see it every day, so what other better way to spend a Sunday than checking out the old cars?
I like the Fords.
She's been trying to buy a few of these Model Ts kicking around. I'm trying to drag her along. Come on, let's go.
Well, Lake Perkolilli is a bit of an experience. So some of the bikes are wobbling around a bit. They're starting to get a bit gnarly. You've got to slow down a bit more on the corners and hang on. Bounce it around a little bit, but no, it's all good fun. A great meet, and the amount of vehicles that we come across and we haven't seen before. No, it's fantastic.
This is 1920 first Scout produced, which is a 600cc, and yeah, they went from there.
No.
All right, Group 1 handicap. We have Rocky. Now this has got a price sticker on it. There you are, mate. All right, cheers. It's solid silver. Okay. Now this one you don't get to keep. This one belongs to MWA. But this is an actual 1928 trophy from Lake Perkolilli for the 8-mile handicap. It lives at Motorcycling WA, and they said we could use it and sign it, but we had to give it back. So, John Rooney, where is he? Now, we didn't end up running the 8-mile, but, you know, I think you should do it.
Just a few times.
There you go, give it back later. Goes under! We're going to stand in the sun.
There you go, boys. Beautiful.
Where's Nat? There you go. Nat helped out all weekend. Didn't expect to, but he did. Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
And finally, Bob. Last minute clerk of course, Bob. Where is he? There you go, we put a little pack together for you.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. Thanks, mate. That was my pleasure. Great.
I just want to say that this event is fan-bloody-tastic, and without the likes of Graham and Kathy and Ross and Lynn, who were the driving force behind the whole thing, I'm sure it wouldn't have happened. So the riders, would really like to say thank you, especially to all the car people, because we know that you outnumber us dramatically in the pits, but you also outnumbered us dramatically in the volunteer group and the organising group. So a very big heartfelt thank you to everybody, because without all of you, us handful of riders wouldn't have had the event we had. So cheers.
This is the best solo effort trophy, and that's to Greg Eastwood because he got dropped right in it. So good on you, Greg. Here you go. This is the Red Dust Bowl. The Red Dust Bowl trophy, and that goes to Gary West for obvious reasons. Where are you, Gary? And this is the nicest trophy. It's actually clean. Shooey. Okay, you see we've got a shitload of teas here, so we have to give the teas an award, and there's no better guy to give the award to than our Northern Territorian friend, Ted Mummy. Where are you, Ted? Hey, Ted, it's a terrific tea award. Good on you, Ted. It's a hike.
Ripper show. Best thing I've ever been to in my life.
Now, there's one bloke who has never stopped being enthusiastic and egging us on and getting other people involved, and you know, he thought a few months ago, oh, I'll build another car for this, and I've got one that just looks like one of the ones in the photos that Neil Baird used to drive here, the first car that Neil Baird ever drew here. So, of course, we have to give something to the Austin 7. So, Hugh Fryer, this is the best bathtub at Lake Perkolilli. There you go. Thank you very much. No worries. Okay, when those motorcycle guys stacked it out there was somebody from the car guys to bail them out, and that was Nicole Loth, and so we've given her for above and beyond the call of duty when she's supposed to be on holidays and ends up doing a lot of work. Right here, Nicole. She's a doctor, everybody. So ask her about any problem you have tonight. Ask her about it. There's a bloke in who came over to the pits with a blank look on his face, asking for people all the time, and. So, you know, Greg Humphreys, come here. We've got the Best Cat Herder Award. Hey, Greg. And this one is also the Great Southern Boys Single Championship 1931 by L.G. Graham. So you're the second to win it. Now, there's a bloke been sitting in his... is sitting in his caravan all afternoon after we asked for somebody who could ride out these, and he spent the whole afternoon doing it, and miraculously he gave himself a trophy. So this is the Best Trophy Engraver Award. Where are you, Malcolm? Oh, there he
is. Actually, Graham, I used to be very good friends with my brother-in-law. And when Graham was asking for volunteers, my brother-in-law John said, I'm not going to do that, so yeah, I'll pay him back one day.
This, as you know, Cameron spent the last 4 days underneath cars, behind cars, in cars, over cars. I think he deserves an award for this. So this is the Never Ever Give Up trophy for the Red Dust Revival. Good on you, Cam.
for the shortest and longest distance travelled, and the same bloke won it. Steve Alexander, where are you, Waldo?
I'd like to say, ladies and gentlemen, I've been to every important European race there is. While the world has Australians, it has nothing to fear. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Waldo. Last week, this person was at the World Taekwondo Championships as a judge, as a referee. She came back and she got bronchitis, and she still came out here, and she ran the shop for this whole week. So this is a trophy for Kathy, my wife, the Cheerful to the End trophy. Right here, Kath. She's cleaning toilets, she said.
Thank you, Doug.
Thank you. Now this is a very special trophy. As you can see, we've spent a lot of time repairing this one because it only had one arm on it before. But there's two people who are just exceptional here, and we would never have done this event without Ross and Lynn Oxwell. So this is for Ross and Lynn Oxwell for the Wonder Team. It's an absolute ripper too.
Thank you very much, boys. So honestly, I have enjoyed this as much as you guys have. My only problem I always thought I would have is the public, which we did have. So you boys have behaved. I haven't had to do any paperwork, and I've just been bribed with 3 bottles of red wine. So I hope that means it's not going to happen next year.
This is for a bloke who's been to and from the airport half a dozen times with the Phil's cruise, and he's got the Why Didn't I Get an Award award. Where are you, Alan? There's one bloke who talked me into doing this, and it was over the red wine, as I said right at the start of this, and it was a bloke who's run the Kalgoorlie-Motor Works twice now, and he bailed us out a few times this weekend. So Mick Russ, the Kalgoorlie-Motor Works.
Thank you, Graham. I can't think of a greater week that I've had in my life. But it's a team effort, and I had an apprentice with me this week. He's about 50 years of age and he's in his first year, so it's going to take a while for him to get his papers, but he does show promise, and I would like Phil, please, to come forward and help me. Oh, here he is. And I'll tell you what I liked about my apprentice. In the first 60 seconds I lobbed here on Monday, and I thought, Paul, I've got a bit of work to do here. Anyway, this guy jumped up, he said, I'll give you a hand. I said, well, we've got to put all this up. Yeah, piece of piss. All right. That's a good start with me. And honestly, he's been a gem all week. But this trophy here, what we should do is count up everybody here and cut it up into little pieces, and everybody should get a piece. But some of you that might have been down to the Kalgoorlie Motor Works, which I might add I made up. People think that I own a business in Kalgoorlie called Kalgoorlie-Motor Works, but I don't. I made it up anyway, it doesn't matter that I made it up. But if you were down there, you would have heard me talk about the brotherhood. And what I call the brotherhood is ladies included, everybody that's standing before me and behind me and whatever is my brother. And you're part of the brotherhood. So on behalf of Phil and myself, I'd like to thank everybody, particularly my close friend Graham Cox, who used to be, until I convinced him that this was a go. And of course Kathy and the Oxwells and everybody that's put 5 minutes into this event. I thank you. Thank you.
We thought we'd give a collective award because nobody's stolen it yet. So I'd like Lynn to come forward as a representative of the officials, and here's to the officials, everybody. Race officials. We'll just make it up.
Secret business.
The secret business. We were very clever today, and we came up with all names for the awards, and we gave this award, we called this the Mupp Award. But we can't remember what the Mupp was. But it's, so it wasn't that smart, was it? But it's to Mark Duda, who was out on the outside there all weekend and all 4 days. So Mark, come to get an award because you've been fantastic. You can have a beer in this later on.
Oh, thank you, Just a quick one. If you didn't know, I'm the bloke in the white, dirty overalls and a yellow hat. That was me, if you don't recognise me. So thank you very much indeed. But can I say that for Greg and I on the grid there, it was a great weekend. Honestly, it was tremendous, and just to see so many happy faces, and those people who didn't actually compete too many rounds. You know, they had issues and so forth with cars, but they still had this spirit about them, and I think that's what this place is, or Perkolilli is. It's just a great venue, so thank you very much indeed, Graham, for putting it on.
No worries. Somebody's arrived to get their award.
Yep. Apparently Bernard McCormick turned up. Bernard. There he is. Group 3 handicap winner. There you go. Congratulations.
We've got some Perko Port here, everybody. Thank you. So that'll go down well.
Something to get the next event going on.
Oh, yeah. So just a quick thing. Everybody put their comments in the book. Doesn't matter what you say. If you say good things or bad things, we don't give a shit because it's over, actually. So we don't care now. You can say what you like. So I'd just like to finish up before I go to Mel for the auctions, because we're going to auction off a few things. I'd just like to say to everybody, you make it, not us. The cars that you've built, the bikes that you've got together, it's about the friendship out here. So good on you.
Good on you. I'll add to that as friendship and mateship. I broke down on the side of the road with fan belt problems, and I didn't have nylon stockings on, so I couldn't fix the fan belt. So thank you very much. We pulled in, I raced out on the track to do my day's work and come back to have a car going. So I thank the gentlemen and Pearsons that instructed and fixed my car. This is what this weekend has been about. Well done. Thank you, guys.